good evening, and welcome to Man Talk here on KTN Home. So happy to have you all with us on the show today because the topic we are talking about today, it's bound to be fire and extremely, extremely interesting. Very excited to introduce the gentleman that I'm going to be discussing this with today. But before we do, we are shooting today at the beautiful Jueke Tavern just off Gong Road, right next to China Center and Lexo, the petrol station. And they have a playground for children. They have a fine dining area, very big TV screens if you want to come watch football. It's a great place to hang out or celebrate, just chill with the family. So come through to Jueke Tavern. Great food and drinks available for you right here. Now, today, we're going to be discussing our exes, our past. But specifically, whether you can be friends with your ex and how to navigate that situation. You can have an ex and you share a child together. You can have an ex and you share a business together. How do you navigate that? Or do you just block and move on? I have the gentlemen here with me today who are going to be telling me what they think. But I like giving you guys a quote every single episode of Man Talk, just to help you along and to help you understand the topic better. So today's quote says, "The past has no power over the present moment." Yani ukiwa hapo kwa hiyo situation, don't give us the past as much weight. Sometimes look at the present moment and decide based on that. Now, I am here with a very dapper gentleman. You guys, everyone is looking sharp. Everyone is looking ready to tell me what you guys think as men. But let me introduce them. So I'm going to kick it off with VDJ Jones, who is a great DJ and an entertainer in general. Thanks for coming through.
Asante sana kuni host.
Niko very happy you're here, very happy. And I complimented you on the shirt already. You're looking sharp. Uko na event after this, straight?
No.
Utatuambia pale tutaenda.
Leo tuko simple.
Happy to have you on the show. Thanks for coming through to Man Talk.
Thanks a lot.
And then we have Leonard Barre, who looks as serious as he is. Okay, but he is a life coach and he's also a counselor. He works with people in relationships, people with families. You want somebody to see and to discuss through your problems, Leonard is the guy to talk to.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming through.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Na shoes iko sharp, and I'm seeing a burgundy theme here. Burgundy with the blazer, burgundy with the shirt, burgundy with the shoes. Amukuniambia. Sasa nimebaki.
Your eyelashes or eyebrows.
Oh yeah, last and not least, we have Finnick Olwatch, who is a media practitioner, part of our big family at Standard Group. Thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you.
And thanks for showing me my burgundy. I'm with it, guys. I'm still with it.
Part of the crew.
So, by a show of hands, does everybody here have an ex? Kwanza tuanze hapo, tuone what we have in common. Everybody has an ex?
Me, I don't.
You don't have an ex?
I don't.
No, you need to explain that. Because I see the Instagram videos now, some people say, we don't have exes or the past relationships don't count. So what do you mean when you say you don't have an ex?
I don't have an ex because that is my past. And I don't go back to my past.
Okay.
Because the moment I go back to my past, it means that it still holds something in my life.
Right.
Yeah. So the moment I recognize that, it becomes part of me. So I don't want to give it power that I have an ex.
Right. Yeah. Hey guys, straight from the counselor's mouth, so we can cancel all our past relationships. We have a clean slate. It's official. We have been told by the coach. Kila mtu anaanza na clean slate. Oh wow, that's a great start. When we talk about our past and how your past should be your past and you should look at it that way, which was actually very similar to the quote that I shared.
Yeah.
When you have counseling sessions and couples come in and somebody still communicates with their ex. So maybe it's the lady who still communicates with their ex. Most of the time it's probably the gentleman, but I'm a lady, so maybe I'm biased. But the gentleman may be still communicating with his ex. What do you usually advise those couples? Are you supposed to create barriers? Are we supposed to talk to the ex, all of us, so we know we are all in the picture? Or should they take the approach that you're saying, if it's in your past, it's in your past, and leave it. Delete the number, block, move on.
Yeah, the first thing is, you need to understand who ex is. To me, my simple definition of an ex is that the people who left your life because there was a problem
Yeah.
that was so difficult for you guys to
To solve.
You understand? So these people, before they become an ex, there was something that happened. And then the time they're becoming an ex, it means that you have replaced them.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
If you have not replaced them, it means they are not your ex. Until that day the replacement will happen is when you can use the term he or she is my ex.
Right.
So for you to have an ex, it means that maybe you are an husband or a wife who is coming from a broken marriage, and you have replaced that.
Yeah.
You see? And if you're having maybe a relationship that was broken, and you have replaced that relationship, that is when you can say you have an ex.
Okay.
But if you're moving out from a broken relationship or marriage,
Yeah.
and you have not replaced it, you can't talk of having an ex.
Right.
That lady or that man is still
It's still in your life.
in your life.
Yeah. True. Do you agree with him, Finnick, on what qualifies as an ex?
Yes, I do, but I partly disagree from his point of we don't need to recognize exes. Like they never existed. I think our past will shape our future. So I think exes are very important actually for me.
Yeah.
Because they will determine the next person you're gonna have. It was a learning process.
Yes.
So you really need to recognize your exes, and actually, if you can, keep them close, quote unquote. Not like you'd want when you were dating, but ideally, I don't support kicking them out completely, like they never existed. Because at some point they meant something to you, your happiness maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I differ on that. You don't rush them just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I understand what you're trying to say. But the thing is, the question that you need to ask yourself: why is she my ex? Why is he my ex? That's the question. If you can answer that question, then there is no need for you guys to be ex.
Right.
You see?
So, VDJ Jones.
Yes.
You guys need to go on his page, by the way, and check it out, for starters. And everybody will be sharing their social medias, websites, where you can get them, where you can get their services. We were talking off air, and we talked about your children, and you're a father now, Corona baby, because you have a baby that was born just a few months ago.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to being friends with your ex, how do you feel about that?
It actually depends on how you get separated.
Ah, that determines whether
Yeah.
the friendship is possible or not.
There are those unapata you get separated violently.
Yeah, it
It's,
was
it's,
messy.
it's unfixable. Then there are those it was just peaceful. Like this can't work.
Uliwachana tu
Yeah,
roho
this
safi.
can't work. So at least hapo
Yeah,
ukikutana kwa barabara you can say hi.
right.
Yeah.
So it's possible to be friends with your
Yeah.
ex. Finnick, would you say that as
Yes,
well?
very possible. It's only
Yes.
that maybe there is an issue that you can't seem to agree on. Inaweza kitu moja ama mbili. So I think you can still be friends post that.
Okay.
For example, I can be friends with him. Doesn't mean we are dating.
Yeah.
So friendship doesn't have to involve like intimacy.
Right.
You get?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's friendship, the way you're friends with anybody else.
Yes. So even if they're your exes and you agreed we are not gonna have intimacy or something, you've disagreed on that bit. But I think friendship is very important. I have an experience.
Yeah.
When I was in college, my friend,
Uh-huh.
I was dating this lady,
Uh-huh.
and we had a few. It was a learning process. It was a learning. We had an disagreement that was so ugly,
Uh-huh.
very ugly,
Right.
and I did come to learn something. Even when you're breaking up with someone, don't abuse.
Right.
Don't belittle the person because at some point you thought they were perfect for you. So there's no need when they're leaving to now start to
Matusi mingi,
yes, matusi mingi.
everything,
doesn't help. Kwa sababu it wasn't a good experience for me. So since then I've never been on such bad terms with my ex.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we are breaking apart, it's an agreement. We have an issue that we can't seem to agree on. Maybe there's someone who's shown up in the picture on her side or on my side that maybe better than me. Yes, you get, and we are not bound, we are not already married.
Yes.
And definitely there's someone better than you somewhere. and that person might just show up somewhere somehow, and you feel like, I think I've been having a road deal somewhere. So, okay, fine. If that is what you've decided,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna find myself somebody else as well, because we are not bound together yet. We are not
Right.
married. We're just dating.
Yeah.
So keep your exes close. It might help you someday.
I hear you, but I have a question. Not
Ah,
close.
okay,
yeah?
okay, friendship. You're talking about friendship. I meant,
Friendship,
friendship.
yeah.
Not close, okay, friendship, yeah. I correct that.
There's what you were talking about of mukikutana kwa street munaweza salimiana. If you're at the same event or something, you can be cordial. Then there's being friends, like we talk frequently. You ask about how so and so is doing, how's their business, how's their career. Would you go as far as to have that relationship with your ex?
No, for me no.
It's very dangerous, especially if you have a current.
because unajua all our exes know wanajua our weaknesses,
That's
and
true.
it's very easy for them to come back to you.
Yes.
Now, when someone comes back, I promise I'll do better because he or she had that time to do better.
Exactly, and they
so,
didn't.
Someone can maybe come back to you, maybe to get you sick or just to hurt you.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
for revenge.
you don't know revenge.
Yeah, so exes boundary.
Yes.
Yeah, hi, that's enough.
I like the word that you've just used, boundaries. Sorry to ask you this, but are you in a relationship with the mother of your child?
Yeah,
You are in a relationship with her. Firstborn?
no,
No, so you're co-parenting.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So with that, what boundaries have you guys created in your lives to make things easier? Because of course you have to raise your child, so that goes without saying. Everything to do with the kid, you guys will have to agree together. But now, if you have another relationship, you're trying to cultivate this relationship, what boundaries do you usually set with your ex?
There are times you can text me, there are times you cannot contact me.
Ah, yes.
Then,
Is that song, girl policy, that says after 9 p.m. don't call me?
Not after 7, don't call me. That's family time.
Yeah.
Yeah, then when you text me, it's only about the kid.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Okay.
That's a good boundary. So it's very hard mpate mnakosana.
Okay, I like that. Communication only about the child. And Leonard, what do you think? Are those the kind of boundaries people should set in place? Because now when you're co-parenting, there's a child in the picture.
Yeah.
So that sets a totally different balance because you have to
Exactly.
take care of the kid
Yeah.
moving forward. So what boundaries do you usually advise couples to put in, including the ones VDJ has mentioned?
Sorry, I will agree with him because the first thing is the child is not the problem.
Yeah.
The problem was the two of you who never agreed.
Yes.
That's the truth. Who never agreed to see some sense in bringing this child together. You understand? So the moment you guys live apart, there is bond that is in between the two of you, and that is the child, of which the child doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
If the child grows, he or she grows knowing that these people are around me, this is my uncle, this is my dad, this is my mother. So that setup, if it is not there, it's not going to be there forever. So you have
Right.
to make it to be
Yeah.
there if you want to have your child. So if that happens, you want to co-parent. The only communication you guys are supposed to have is about the child.
Yeah.
But sometimes, if you're not keen or if you're not careful, somebody can use it to come back to your life. You understand? Without
Yeah.
correcting the mistake that made you guys to separate.
In the first place.
Yeah. So there must be boundaries. So these boundaries are just similar like the ones that Jones has mentioned. Like you cannot just call in the middle of the night
Yeah.
unless there is an emergency.
Yes.
If there is an emergency, is understandable.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But if there is no emergency, there's no need for you to call. But in as much as you can set that phone boundary, you don't assume her calls at the middle of the night. You need to take it to know, is it an
An
emergency?
emergency or not?
Yeah, because maybe it is an emergency and you guys agreed that you can only be calling each other at latest 7.
Yeah.
So you see, so the most important thing is the reason of you calling. In as much as you have boundaries of phone calls, there must be a genuine reason for you to call.
Yeah.
You understand? So those
Communication is like the biggest
is
thing
very
from
important.
what I'm hearing. Yeah.
It's very important. And the moment you are having an ex, there must be reasons that involve that made you guys to be exes. if you are not willing to work towards solving these issues, there are some boundaries that are going to be so much severe on the other side.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be something that is so easy, because you know, at the end of the day, one day you will decide to get into another relationship.
Yes.
But you know you have a child.
Yes.
How is this child going to grow knowing that my father is having another? So those are the things that you really need to think about before you make another move. Yeah.
Yeah, and make them clear between the two of you. Yeah, because
Exactly.
both
Exactly.
parents are free to start dating eventually.
Exactly.
So
But
this
you know the
will
child
be
is
like,
there.
Yeah, the child will be like, okay, wako huku, you
Yeah.
wako huku. If
So
the
you
child
must have an
not been-
agreement whereby you will set a standard, because this child cannot grow having two fathers or two mothers. It can never happen. So you must look into the future of this child,
Yeah.
knowing very well that when this child grows, one day he or she is going to know me as the father.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And the question will be of which the child will ask you. You are my father, and why are you not staying with my mom?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to be very, very wise when you are getting into that tent of excess.
Very true.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
We've talked about exes, and you had mentioned VTJ that inadepend venye muli wachana,
Yeah.
right? What happened? What was the reason? And in this Nairobi of ours, people are really doing all kinds of things left, right, and center
Yeah.
to each other in relationships. There's so many other betrayals. It's not just infidelity. Yes, infidelity is very big, but some people are breaking up because I went to our account, if me and VTJ Jones are married, and I cleared everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or I went and I took a crazy loan that we're not able to pay back, and we're both accountable for it. There's some serious problems people are facing like that.
Yeah.
Or if I'm married to you and our families can't see eye to eye, right? And the family inserts themselves into the relationship. Hizo mashida zote zinakuja. So I want to talk about maybe toxic exes that maybe don't want the relationship to end, or they don't want you to move forward. And anakuona tu wewe uko sawa na yeye ako sawa, and so they're like, this cannot be. Their job is to insert themselves in your future relationships, even in work, because sometimes you dated somebody or met somebody within the work environment. So maybe you work within the same company or you work within the same industry. So they're always there. They can easily make your life very, very difficult.
Yeah.
How do you deal with toxic exes?
Well, I've had one before,
Yeah.
and it was very tormenting.
What are the things that you used to do? What are the boundaries you used to cross?
She used to conduct it on a dated.
Ah.
Then get down the social media, mtukane huko, everything you can imagine. Yeah, it used to happen. Then you block this number, she calls another number. She pops kwa nyumba tu bila kukwambia.
Oh, wow. So even physical pop-ups,
Yes.
kwa physical events, did she ever do that?
Yeah, hadi kwa events.
Wow. Hey, okay. So
Yeah.
what did you do? How did you guys navigate that?
I just kept on assuming.
Uh-huh.
I acted dead. Like you're here and sawa, you're here, it's jiweke, you sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally ignoring
Yeah.
the person. How long did it take for her to stop?
Yeah, like 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you're strong. Did you ever have to like yell at her to leave or ask her not to do something?
Yes, I had to.
Oh no. How did you navigate that?
I also had friends. Unajua pia maboys wanakuga maboys pia. Then
Wanakusaidia.
naambiwa si wewe ujipatie shughuli. So unaona.
Hey.
Yeah, it happened. So for me, toxic exes wako.
Yeah, and it's difficult, especially in our industry. When you're in the entertainment industry, you're in the media industry,
Yeah.
somebody, you can interact with them outside a lot because you're there for work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can really interrupt a lot.
Mpaka mtu anakuthreaten your brand. I have photos of us back then. I can post them. I can what.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you have a DJ Cream situation, which is so
No,
many
no,
years
no, no.
later. No, not like that. I'm not saying the content. I'm not saying the content
Not
is
the
the
content.
same. But something coming up from many years ago.
Yeah.
Now you are settled. You are living your life completely
yeah,
differently.
exactly.
And
That has
somebody
happened
decides,
before.
wow. So now if somebody tells you I'm threatening your brand, sasa hapo mnaonana aje? If somebody says come to lunch, or I'm going to post this picture.
No, I tell you post.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I said because I mean, mean of entertainment. So if you post me, I'll only become more famous.
It is true.
Yeah, so you
All
post.
publicity
Yeah.
is good publicity. Wow. Finnick, have you ever been in such a situation?
No. I've never been in such a situation because I believe in agreements.
Finnick is a good boy.
He's a good boy. That's
Unaona hata vile anakaa, he's a very good boy.
hawezi patana na mashida kama hizo.
Unaweza patana nazo, unaweza patana nazo, but I believe when you're living somewhere, kwa sababu like I said, I believe in friendship. If you can, that is post.
Yeah.
So if we have a difference, maybe umechita ama mimi nimechita or something that has just something that just come between us.
Yeah.
Tuelewane tu manze, this thing it cannot work out.
Right.
But if you insist, if I was the one who had the mistake, if you insist we continue, then let's rewind to when we started. But let's not be toxic in that relationship. And when you decide to leave, I think if you want to be toxic in that relationship, then I'm going to have to find a way to deal with you. Because me, I've never gone through that. But I think just try to, sijui utafanyaje, but sauti ni kama mtu aliyeishi. Vile tu umesema act dead. You never ignore kabisa, because wanaweza fanya ukwe pia ukwe tu another cheesy tu fulani tu pia. Because you won't be thinking straight.
That's true.
You trying to get into another relationship, asha kupiga masimu kawa 20. You're somewhere chilling with somebody, you trying to know asha kuja ameshow up.
She was even insulting the other.
The other.
So ukionekana kuna mtu mahali ako hapo kwa DM.
No, like I said pia, wanajua your weaknesses.
Yes.
So this one knew how to make me mad.
Yeah.
So angetuma text and tushana hivi just to make you mad.
Upset,
Then you pick up the phone, another phone call, another argument.
That's why now those are the
Nani relationship umetoka. So why are you arguing with them?
Because the things they mtu anakuandikia, the content.
Yeah.
They
know what
weaknesses.
buttons to press.
Yeah.
So when it comes to toxic relationships, Mr. Leonard, because I know you probably have quite a few of these walking through your office every now and again.
Yeah.
What do you advise somebody to do? If you have tried to end a relationship, in Nairobi tunasemanga ukiwachwa accept umewachwa, but some people can't get through that. What would you advise people to do?
You know, first thing that I would say is that this is gonna be somehow funny. Both of us, we have got a mental disorder. Everybody working, we have some mental disorder. The difference is that the level of that disorder you're having.
Right.
So the way you reason is gonna show the kind of a person you are and the kind of problems you have. You see? So the moment you've ended the relationship that you are having, and then your ex is now bringing issues.
Yes.
It means they have not accepted. You see?
Yeah.
They have not accepted, and they also want to destroy you, because it's like they have accepted that they have nothing to lose, but they feel that you have something to gain.
Right.
So they want to make sure that when they're losing something, you also have to lose something. You see?
They want you to feel the way they're feeling.
Exactly. You see? So they are trying to make this thing to become 50-50. But the most important thing is that, you just have to sit down with yourself and you ask yourself questions. I was in this relationship and it ended.
Yeah.
What is my take? Before you make any move or cause any dramas around, you need to ask yourself. Because, if you really value your life and you want to have a brighter future, you really need to sit down with yourself after such kind of scenarios happening in your life. And then you put it straight. That this has happened, but this is the direction I want to take.
Yeah.
For me to take this direction, I have to make this kind of decision.
Yeah.
So I have to accept that it has ended.
Yes.
And I have to be focused so that I can move to this relationship.
Did you have such a meeting with yourself for you to decide, I'm just going to ignore this chick? No more arguments. I'm just going to act like she's not there.
Yeah.
You actually had to have a meeting with
And
yourself.
when you're doing that, you really have to see your take in that separation, because you can't say that you are just an angel. No.
Yeah, it's true.
Nobody's an angel. We all make mistakes. But the problem is that maybe I want to sit down and solve the mistake, but you are not ready. Or maybe you've made mistakes and I want you to sit down to solve it, but you're not ready. You see? So if you decide to end the relationship, we will sit down and then you will have the facts for yourself.
On the table. Yeah, what I did, what you did,
So,
and why we're ending it.
What is going to make you end this thing is the weight of what she did. But whatever you did will never make you to end a relationship. Will only make her to end the relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand?
You can never see your own faults and say,
You can never.
The way they usually say, it's not you, it's me. It's a lie, guys. That's usually just to get out of the relationship.
Yeah.
Now, I want us to take a tiny short break, but before we do, you probably noticed that we have some wooden blocks here on the table. Even my guests had questions, but we're going to be playing Jenga. So how the rules works is we have this incredible tower of wooden blocks, and the idea is to try and remove as many wooden blocks as we can without the entire tower collapsing, like some buildings here in the 254. But that's a topic for another day. So we're going to take a tiny short break, and when we come back, we're going to be playing Jenga, continuing with Man Talk, talking about whether you can be friends with your exes. And for every single block that we successfully remove, I'm going to be asking this gentleman some fun questions. So don't go anywhere. I'll see you right after the break. Welcome back from the break. You are watching Man Talk here on KTN Home. I'm your host, Susan Jiroge, and I am joined by VDJ Jones, Leonard Mbare, and Finnick Olwatch. And we are talking about exes and whether you can be friends with your ex and how you're supposed to navigate that relationship. And just before the break, we were talking about our favorite kind of exes, or rather our least favorite, which is toxic exes. And over the break, guys, I heard some stories that I want you guys to listen in to, because these gentlemen need to talk about the things that they've actually gone through and what they did. And Leonard can advise us whether we did the right thing or the wrong thing, or what we're supposed to do in the future. So I want to kick off with you, Finnick. You had a very interesting situation. that was career. No, because it's so wow. I couldn't believe what you were telling me. So you had a relationship with somebody in university.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How did it end?
So it was a 1 year kind of a relationship. And then somewhere along the way we had differences.
Yes.
And then again, I think that was my first serious relationship that I've ever had. As I think a young adult.
Yeah. Makes sense. You know, in university we're finally away from mom and dad.
Yes,
you can live your life.
You're trying to explore life and all that. So you're really in love. So breakup really hurt you so bad.
Yes.
So you become extremely bitter.
Yeah.
So both of us were extremely bitter. And then now this was the chance to use all the vocabularies that we knew that you could describe somebody who's hell to
and
you.
And insults.
So
I like that.
we had a very bad breakup. Abusing one another, 1, 2, 3 pale. Vitu zingine hata mwenyewe unaandika, you come back sit and say, oh my God.
Nilisema hivyo mimi, yeah. And you know when you're in a relationship with someone, you know the things that are the most hurtful, or the things that somebody is insecure about. So you take that
you know
and
where the boil is, so you just press it.
Right.
So, tukatukana, ikaisha. The relationship really ended, completely ended. We were not even seeing eye to eye.
Right.
Nikimwona pale nenda hivi kinaona pale nenda the other side.
Yeah.
Because we were having our meals at the mess. Couldn't be like following. Like,
yeah, you can't sit on the same table.
Tables hata ni mbali, line tu hatuwezi kufuatana. So tukamaliza shule. She was lucky to get an internship in a company, I think on her 3rd year. So she was employed before I got out.
Before you got, yeah.
So I went to one of the local production, not media, but production houses. I was looking for just kadobutu kidogo ya kwanza. Anything that they have that they can offer.
Yes.
Because a friend referred me to them. So when I went to that particular company, I found her there. She's been there for like 2 years. She's now a senior. She's an assistant manager. I don't know, they called it deputy assistant manager, something of that sort in that company. So when I came in, actually the boss and the person who referred me, I was coming in, it wasn't not really like an interview because they already knew what I was able to do.
You were coming to start?
To work, yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't know she was working there because you don't even care whether they live or not. Yeah. So when I came in, nikapata kama endo quote and quote kusema company. Nafika hapo na, do I say hi? Do I just look at you? Tunafanyaje? How do we go? Or like how do you move on from here?
Yeah.
Tumeenda tu hapo ambiwa go to what and what to go have your contract and whatever ziko hapo. Nafika hapo napata. Okay, fine.
She's one of the signatures that's needed on that paper.
So, ilibidi sikufanya hiyo kazi. Haingeweza.
Did you guys talk at all?
I think we just met at an event and said hi.
Yeah.
Juzi, I think last year. No. I think somewhere early last year. Hizi crossover here somewhere.
Did you enter the office akusainia ama uliona tu hii?
Niliingia just but I left. It says, you know, I'm giving her the papers to sign. So me, I never went back. By then singefanya kazi hapo.
Na hata tungeendelea
Vile
kutamba.
nilimpa hiyo karatasi na tu kusema hi by the way. So from then I learned my lesson. That's what I'm saying. Please, if you're breaking up with someone, just make sure you can still even have a meal together. If you have to. Yeah? Like a meal umeenda kwa event, you're sitting on the very same table. Like just be normal human beings. Like
Right.
me and you, we are not dating, but we're having a conversation. You
Yes,
get, you can have
yes.
a conversation.
Yeah.
Life is all about you pulling me, I'm pulling you somewhere. Conversation, Sarah, you give me some advice, pale, but not that close, but you can relate.
So
understand?
you don't allow yourself to get into those heated arguments
No.
anymore.
By
If
the way,
things
unaweza
are
nitusivile
getting
unataka,
that,
I won't reply. I learned the hard
Told you
way.
he's a good boy.
he's a
Yes.
good boy.
Because I did it once and I'm not doing it again, and it messed me up. So I'm not doing it again.
A whole job.
I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing
And
it
for
again.
you, VDJ Jones, we also had a conversation. What was your situation with the toxic ex?
Huyu alinitesa. Have you ever loved someone mwenye anakubeba ndogo? Something like that.
Yeah.
I used to do crazy things like nitoke kwangu, I go up to 20 kilometers kwenda kwa Nadem 2 a.m.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay.
because
Yes, sasa ndio
she's
nitambua love.
busy. So I had to go.
So you're the one to go.
Yes, in the middle of the night. Sasa hizo unataka gari hauna. Ndio umeanza life wewe sasa ni hustler.
Yes.
I had to do all that. And back then alikuwa mtoto wa geti kali. wale ma rich kids.
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot of things. Then I realized on the way it was not worth it.
Right. One day you woke up and you realize I'm the only one who travels. I'm the one who sacrifices.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Then I kuja kampata kwa ex wake. Then the ex was not worth. Hatuko ligi moja.
Yeah.
Ndio mimi ni upcoming but hatuko ligi moja.
Yeah.
So nikaona it's not worth it. I left.
You found her hanging out with her ex casually.
Yeah, she told me her ex is just a friend. But that ex would come to her house and get a car or watch movie.
Right.
Yeah. So
That's quite the ex.
yeah. So mimi nimetoka club, nimetoka from playing a gig 2 a.m. Ndaacha machine zangu tuna 2 a.m. hiyo mimi nimeenda.
Yeah.
She used to say around Mlolongo, I'm sure najijua. So ningeenda hadi huko Mlolongo usiku 2 a.m. Na si Uber. Ndio unapisha Uber ni mat. Kwa mat unaenda.
Jesus.
Then 4 a.m. you have to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are things nilipitia. Then Mungu akacheza kaya years later.
Akakuonyesha.
Yeah, life ni unfortunate that life ili change kwake. But
Okay.
she came back kwangu kuomba kazi.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that situation? Ni wewe alikupata akiingia? Ulikuwa
No, she
sasa
knew.
kusign contract?
Like she knew. Hii ni kampuni ya Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she came knowing I want to look for
But
jobs.
actually,
and
I posted I was looking for a secretary.
Yes.
Then she was one of the applicants. I found her document by email.
Alikuja ever? Did you guys meet
Yeah,
ama
she
ulimwambia tu?
Nikamwambia kuja and we did an interview. Actually, I interviewed her. Just sometimes, mpenda kusema, there are things that you can solve on earth. You don't need to take to God.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it was just my time for revenge. but I was
assuming
not.
she did not get the job. But I want to ask, what was the interview process like?
No, it was very serious, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
was she shocked that it was that serious? Was she expecting
Yeah,
maybe
alikuwa
some-
expect itakuwa lenient, but no. You came for a job and I'm the boss.
Na afterwards ukamwambia you are not qualified?
Nikampatia internship for a week, then nikamwambia she's not fit. Ushaipanda matatu 2 a.m.
Mimi sijai kwenda kuona mzee, sijai.
Actually, she was one of my exes wenye nilikuwa nimeshikia kind of a grudge.
Yeah.
Mtu kumestitch mao ka feel you are not worth it.
Kwa maana unakuwa nasema God akacheza kama yeye akamrudisha.
Yeah, so I don't regret that one at least.
So I want us to start playing this game. It's time for us to play Jenga, and for every Jenga that successfully we're able to remove, I'm going to be asking the gentleman a fun little question that has to do with relationships and to see men's angle and men's take on things. So, Leonard, our relationship counselor, you're going first. Oh, nice. What number is that?
7.
Number 7. So number 7, I'm going to ask, what is your go-to line to avoid your ex? what do you advise clients? Ex anakupigia simu, ama anakutext, ama anashindanga akikufuata kwa my events. What is that line that you should say to avoid them?
The first thing should be, if truly the kind of relationship you are having was leading you guys to getting married.
Yeah.
And if it was not leading to that angle, then I think the dramas that you went through is enough for you guys to try something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me, what I would only say is that we've had enough. And we need to try new things.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would bother you if you say that to them.
Yeah, that's the best thing, because you know at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they know very well that you are heading nowhere.
Let's try some different. Finnick, you're next.
Oh, okay.
Let's try to remove a block without collapsing the whole tower.
Let's see ourselves fail.
It's too weighty, man.
Boy child.
Go.
Okay, okay. I
No,
see.
that was too smart.
Nice.
No, that was too smart.
What number is that one? I like it. I
Bro,
like
fine.
it.
Any experience ya kuchimba bango?
Tulikuwa Kiambu.
How the money
hiyo
is
Idiots. Number 5. Would you rather marry an independent woman or a woman that wants to stay at home?
Independent woman.
Independent woman?
Yes.
I like it. Why?
I think in the current world, my friend, a housewife can't work
Yeah.
unless you're born, you coming from a privileged family.
Yeah.
You need a pool. I bring 8 or you bring 20. You
Yeah.
make 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great.
So if you wanna, okay, I think we need a family. You know, if you want to build wealth, you can't build wealth alone. Even as a man, no matter how brilliant you are, you need someone who's also doing something here and there.
Yeah.
Bringing kidogo tu.
I like that.
Will be a pool. But if you want a flower, go at
You
home.
can also get.
You can also get, but I think I'd prefer someone who's doing something.
Yeah.
Ulete kidogo, because we having children.
Okay.
Mine might not be enough
Yeah.
for the children when they grow up,
Yeah.
but if you pull together, I think that
The
works.
standards of living that you'd want
Yes,
for your
you'd want-
family,
yes.
both of you should
Yes,
bring something.
should bring something.
I hear
If
you.
you have that agreement. Actually, inapia baka kwa ati kwe moja ama kwe mbili, but you know.
Just-
wanapatanga.
Just allow me to ask a question.
Please ask a question. In fact, do you know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to say you want an independent woman because of the fuel prices. 135 Hey!
So what if you get an independent woman, but she's not independent for the sake of family, but only to herself? What are you going to do?
Ah, that's a good question.
I think if you're getting into a serious relationship, from the word go, you need to have conversations. And I believe by the time I'm deciding to...
Marry
But then
her.
unajuaga, by the time you're hitting on a woman, you know, by that men will know what you really want in that particular woman. If you're ready for marriage, you'll be going to that woman, you're looking for a wife. And during your dating period, I think you'll have these conversations. Like your structure of family, what would you want? How many kids do you want? How do you want us to pool resources together?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that if she's uncomfortable with being open about her income, and you're open to her knowing your income, I think now that's a red flag. Unless if that is what you're looking for, you'll go for that.
Okay.
But for me, that is not what I'll be going for. So I'll be like, okay, if that's what your ideal family structure should be, then I'm sorry that I'm not the person, but I liked you, so on I move.
But you know, at first you will never know the true character of someone you want to marry. That's why you realize that maybe in 10 years, you've been married for 10 years, and then you are coming to realization that there are some characters that you didn't know.
Yeah.
In the person up in
Exactly. So what are you going to do? Because from the first day, you laid your expectations on the table like, these are my expectations from you as my wife. What if these expectations are not followed, maybe in the next 5 years to come, or maybe 10 years to come? Because people change. You never know.
Yeah.
What are you going to do in that scenario? Because we have to speak the truth.
Diona,
Yes.
isn't that when people are supposed to come to you though? As
just finish.
counselors?
The thing is,
Yeah.
what you have to agree with is that people change in
Yes.
life,
Yes.
and whatever you see on the table today is not what you're
not.
going to see there forever.
That's true.
When we are getting into marriage, my idea, I'm not married yet, but I think I'm getting there. We are not going to get 100%. We have to accommodate some weaknesses from you and from her. She'll accommodate yours, you have to accommodate hers. That is my idea. But there are irreducible minimums when you're getting to know someone. That's what I'm saying. You need to have these conversations for a very long period of time before you jump into marriage. You say, this is the way I want my family to be. And please, if you can't offer this, I think, then let's just part ways. Mapema, tusisumbwane huko mbele. Like for me, we have to be together. I believe in pulling resources together. I've seen it do wonders.
Yeah.
You know, in our family, you're quite a number. So when somebody brings 2K, you end up having a lot of money that you can do something with. But if you kila mtu amejikunja, then you have no reason to live together.
Yeah. Okay. VDJ Jones, you're next.
Yeah, I'm going to steal a trick from.
Take a page out of his book.
Look at
Hey,
you. Cooking meat.
What number is that one?
33.
33.
Yeah, that was easy.
So, VDJ, I want to ask you,
Yeah.
can you date a woman that is older than you?
When I came here, I told you like I felt most of them are
The questions are inclined
Yeah, yeah.
towards you.
actually. The other one is older than me.
All your ex.
Yeah, my ex. I
your-
was looking for the word. My
Yes.
ex. He was older than
But
me.
you're co-parenting with her.
Yeah,
Did you find age was an issue in the relationship or age didn't?
it was a very big issue.
Ah.
Yeah. A lot of people are pretending huko nje that age is just a number. No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not a-
like the
it's
song.
not a number. Trust me, it's not a number.
How did it come up in the relationship?
Because with time, you can try to make decisions as a man,
Yeah.
but mtu anakuona, you're too young for me, unaniambia nini? Yeah, you're too young.
So you can't be the head of the home.
Yeah. Mtakuwa two men in the house. Yeah. So for me, it's issues.
Yeah, you learned your lesson and you think age is actually more important than people say
So
that it is.
before hata nipige mstari hapa lazima nikuulize how old are you?
Me? I'm 27 actually. I just turned 27 the other day.
Nice, iko sawa.
Mimi niko kwa range. Niko kwa market. Moving on swiftly. Leonard?
This thing is becoming more scary. Let me see.
Ah, man.
This guy is very
umemaliza, man.
complicated.
Ooh, you wanted to go for that?
So you took number
I'm sorry.
35. My question is, can you date a woman with a more dominant personality than yours?
Yeah, with me it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, we all have our reasons to do things, and you know, before you accept somebody to come into your life, this is somebody that you must have known very well. So, if that is not affecting me or affecting our relationship, then it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to hear that because sometimes people say I have a dominant personality, but it helps with my job.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
important sometimes.
yeah,
so
it's
I hear
very
you.
important.
So you
Yeah,
asking
for
it's very important.
No,
Because
no, I happened to be the category.
It was pointing at you. Man.
Finnick, remove a block. Good sir. Kuna watu wako
If
na
you want to become a
tactics,
professional,
naona.
stick to your special.
To what works.
Yes, to your specialty.
So, Finnick, you have picked number 11.
Yes.
If you were to go anywhere right now, where would that be?
Maldives.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Yes.
Can we all join this
Please,
party?
let's go. VDJ just unaonaje bana?
Beach
No.
destinations. Unajua kuna wasichana watasikia Maldives, madm zako zitajaa.
Sasa
Yeah.
tunaenda tunatafuta pesa tuende.
That's a red flag.
no, just pick that one up.
I'm going to try. This is a counselor. No. It's too tight.
That's too heavy. Oh wow!
Oh, nice. Very smooth. Number 25.
When is this thing going to fall?
What are your thoughts on girlfriend allowance? You said you've had this conversation.
Yeah, I've had this conversation like actually 2 to 3 days back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, people in the entertainment industry are the ones who pay, apparently, this girlfriend allowance.
Well, my check, I feel like, I don't say it's an allowance, but
Okay.
more of an upkeep.
Aha.
So that, unajua, it's very simple. If you don't give her, someone else will.
Oh.
If you don't
Hey,
do her hair,
Kanairo.
someone
Kanairo.
else. Kanairo is a jungle. Yeah.
So upkeep, you said hair,
Because the basic things, kucha, nini.
nails,
Yeah,
hair.
I think it's good. just as ukajua hesabu ni ngapi.
Yes, and if
Like,
you can, come on, as afford, because kuna wase hawawezi afford.
You can afford 500 shillings.
Yeah, it's true.
It's an allowance, but you just need to give us something.
I like, you know, the men who say it's not about affording, tafuta pesa,
Tafuta.
you supply.
Yeah. Because if you
Okay.
don't, someone else will.
Hey, that one is tough. I feel like I'm gonna go and ask somebody for some money today. No, but I hear you. The first time I heard about golf and rounds, I was telling you guys, I was very shocked because of some of the amounts that people were saying that they are paid. And so, if it's big enough to do your rent, to do your electricity, to do your, that's not
No,
allowance.
that one is a parent. Yeah, that's a parent. You know, for a boyfriend to decide to pay your rent,
Yeah.
yeye ameamua.
Eh,
It's not
eh,
his responsibility.
obligation.
right.
He's not your parent.
Yeah, and they're not the ones who told you to
yeah.
live there and all of that.
And that's the problem with Nairobi women, I'm sorry to say. Mtu anakuja kwako na shida zake zote.
And you're supposed to solve them.
Yeah.
Na, alikuwa aje
If your
before?
parent couldn't do it, why would you force me to do it?
Let's try and remove another block.
I don't know, say it's me.
Thank you, God.
Oh,
Thank you, God.
Oh, smart.
Coming out two of them. Okay, I've given you an inch, and I know you're coming for that.
What is it? What number do we have?
You have 36.
Number 36. Ooh, this is a great question actually for you. Number 36, what are some of the things women do to compete with men?
First of all, jobs,
Uh-huh.
because women feel like in traditional society, it was the men who were taking care of the families.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that was for men to work. So it came to a point whereby women were seeing that as a weapon against them. You see? Because I can provide as a man, you need to do whatever I want you to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So that has become like a tug of war between men and women. So women feel like if we can manage to work, I think this kind of insanity is gonna go off.
Phoenix, I think this might be one of the last few blocks. Let's see how this game is going.
Okay, I thought you saw the loophole I gave, but you did not.
I never fail, bro.
It's hard.
Oh, nice.
You're next.
That is number 43.
Yes.
A city girl or a village girl?
Wow.
Wow. I'd say it's not definite for me.
Okay.
It's not definite.
Uh-huh.
Wow. This thing is not definite because you'd find a city girl,
Yeah.
but then again, there are shortcomings. You'd find a village girl, then again, there are shortcomings. So I think it just boils down to what I prefer in a woman, whether she comes from the village or from the city.
City.
I think place doesn't really determine whom I'm gonna date. You know, Mungu niko sure akicreate yo akichukua riba kutengeneza akampeleka ushago akampeleka to specific place. You just meet that person
True.
anywhere. So
I like that.
it will just happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I want now for you guys to share your social media handles, where people can find you. It's been such an amazing conversation. But before
I
that,
thought
the
if I-
city and the
we were going
village
to make
girl,
really
I
one
want
vlog.
one more.
Yeah, I wanted
You want to drop the whole thing?
I wanted to mess someone up. I had a plan.
He wants to
You have a
prove me wrong.
strategy.
Yes, I had a plan for both of them. But I was very
First
happy.
of all, you made a sound when I asked city girl or village girl. So I want you to answer that question first.
For me,
Yeah.
city girl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In your experience.
Juu ule fala akijanjaruka utaitana.
So VDJ Jones, I want you to tell people, maybe you have an upcoming event where you're going to be DJing, people can come listen to some good music. Also your social media handles, if somebody wants to reach out to you for an event, where can they find you?
On social media,
Yeah?
you can get me on Instagram, VDJ Jones. That's VDJ_Jones. Then on Facebook, VDJ Jones in caps.
Okay.
Though kuna fake accounts, so wanakuwa conned a lot.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's happening. Then on Twitter at I am VDJ Jones, YouTube VDJ Jones and VDJ Jones Kenya.
Nice.
And niko na record label.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a studio, do DJ Academy.
Nice. You teach DJs
Yeah.
and singers as well.
Yeah,
if you want
record
to.
audios, shoot videos, so
Very nice.
na-
What's the name of the record label?
Superstar Entertainment.
Superstar Entertainment.
If you check my music, says it on we have the logo.
Leonard Barre,
Yeah.
I know you do life coaching, but you also do relationship
Yeah,
counseling.
exactly.
So where can people get your services?
Thank you for giving me that chance. I think I'll use that camera.
Yeah.
My contacts are on Facebook. I'm just using my name, Leonard Mbare, and I have a group on Facebook that deals with counseling. The group is called Couple Counseling and Marriage Restoration. It's on Facebook, and at the same time I have a WhatsApp group. So the moment you join the group, you'll find the link that's
nice.
gonna lead you to WhatsApp group. And I have a conference that is upcoming on December 11th.
Nice.
And I thank God for this opportunity. At least I can let many people to know about it. So this conference is mostly based on counseling, and it is not only for couples. It's for even those who got separated, those who are in divorce, and even those who are in a relationship.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Mr. Mbare.
Thank you.
And Finnick Olwoj,
Yes.
where can people find you?
Oh, Facebook, Instagram. Finnick Olwoj on Facebook, Instagram, Finnick_O. On Twitter, I like it incognito, so that's the tip.
You will stay
Yeah.
incognito.
Yes.
Twitter is where we say the things we don't want our mothers to
yes,
see.
exactly. Hata tutukue hivyo.
Ibaki tu hivyo.
Yes.
You can find me on my social media at Surah_common everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's the same handle. You can see all the work that we do for Man Talk for Katie and Home there, and my radio show on Vibes Radio as well. And Man Talk is going to be airing the same time next week, so be sure to join us in the conversation. Use the hashtag Man Talk or the hashtag Katie and Life and Style so we can see all your posts. If you have any questions, these guys have come, they've been open, they've been honest. Go to their DMs with respect, of course, and ask them, and they will be happy to answer you or to get you the help that you need. Thank you so much, Finnick, Leonard, and VDJ Jones. I've had a great time with you. Thank you so much for playing Jenga with me. This was a great episode. You can catch Man Talk same time, same place next week. We were shooting here at Jueke. Thank you so much for hosting us. See you guys next time. Bye.